Hey y'all, what's up? What's good? Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Let's talk about it. You guys, I actually did watch Dr. Chanita Foster's live. You guys, Dr. Chanita Foster is a friend or a very good friend to Melody Shari Rogers, Dr. Melody Rogers. Um, if you follow Love and Marriage Huntsville, you know this, right? Okay, well, Dr. Chanita Foster has recently come out. She did a live. Um, I did get to watch some of it. Um, and I'm just going to repeat some of the things she said in the live that I can remember, and then I'm going to give my commentary real quickly, real briefly, you guys. So, Dr. Chanita Foster did a live. She was talking about um, Martell Hope. She was saying how, because she is a Christian, that she feels everyone needs prayer, everyone deserves prayer. And she was also saying, and I think this might have came out since Martell has brought up charges against Melody since she did the TikTok she did TikTok and went to California and took the kids. And then Martell, we all know Martell came out. He got another attorney, and he throwing out these allegations that Melody is taking the kids away from their academics and their sports by going on taking trips that are meaningless. And he said some other things, but I'm going to keep it specific on to what I'm talking about. So Dr. Chanita Foster, I think, you guys, she responded, and she was saying that everyone needs prayer, and she was going to pray for Martell Hope, praying for him, because every child needs their father. Every child deserves both of their parents in their lives. Now, as much as I agree with what she said, I probably equally disagree with what she said. And the reason being is because life situations, circumstances happen, right? Where that's not always possible. I can speak firsthand on not having my father in my life, not by his own admission or his choice, but he was killed. And you guys, if you follow my channel, you know I've talked about my father dying in a car accident before I was even 2 years old. He and my mother were very much so married. From what I've learned throughout the years, my father had plans for us to relocate to someplace else because he had a job offer to open a business where we were supposed to go. But unfortunately, that didn't happen because my father was killed, right? So that's why, I said circumstances, situations, dynamics, things change. Anything happens in life that can change a situation completely. Listening to Dr. Chanita Foster, and as much as I like her, listening to this particular live that she did, it made me kind of give her the side eye a little bit because, and I hate to say it like this, but I'm going to say it, I kind of feel like she talks too much, because I actually had to listen to the live on 2 different occasions, right? I think she talks a lot, right? And I'm not saying people who talk a lot don't have something to say, something of value to say. But when she came out saying, pray for Martell Hope or whatever, and she's a Christian, my thing is this right here. As long as I've been living, being brought up in a Baptist church, surrounded by family, friends, always in church, when a person tells me they're a Christian, y'all know I kind of side-eyed them. Because, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion only, the biggest hypocrites come from the church. Because they're very judgmental, but they never look at what they do. But that's neither here nor there. That's just my view on Christians, right? That's a whole nother conversation. Talking about religion is a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But Dr. Chanita was saying that because kids need to have both of their parents, she's going to pray for Martell, all this and that. My thing is this right here. What I've learned throughout my life, I used to be that type of person to pray for my enemies. I pray for people who praying on my downfall. I no longer do that. I no longer do that. I no longer give any positive energy towards anyone who's putting out negative energy towards me. I'm not by any means a bad person. I will help whomever needs my help. And I'm very, very particular on who I give and what I give energy to. Because I deal with anxiety at times, as I'm sure a lot of us do, whether it's diagnosed or not. I mean, life be happening for all of us. But for Dr. Chanita Foster to say she's going to pray for Martell Holt, and she don't know what kind of people we are, or some people are, who don't pray for him or don't wish him well because this man is a father. Listen. It don't matter who you are, what you produced in this world. Your character is going to stand out, or at least it should. Martell has made it his business to alienate everyone on the show to get them to be on his side. His own mama told him that he doesn't want to do or won't do anything for her because his mother, Miss Marlene, helps Mel out with their kids or whatever she helps Mel out with. And I don't see Melody really reaching out to Miss Marlene for any help. My thing is this right here, simply, Martell is not a good person. Martell is very jealous, very vindictive, very negative, very demonic, all around a bad person when he can't get his way. Melody has said that Martell is abusive. We found this out with the court documents when Mel went and filed charges because their son Tank came back and told her that Martell hit him to the point where it left bruises on him. Just because you're a father doesn't mean you're a good person. Just because you're a mother doesn't mean you're a good person. However, Martell is not a good person. Martell made sure his children from his wife, his ex-wife, could no longer be filmed on social media. Social media is a big thing. People are getting paid good money to be on social media. Children are getting paid big money to be on social media. But I feel that because his son, his illegitimate son that he's had with his side piece is not getting or is being awarded the same positive energy as his kids with his wife are. That's why he doesn't want any of them on social media. And it was so funny, you guys, if you think back, when all this came about, when the courts ordered that Mel nor Martell post their children on social media. Next thing we know, we see this peanut ass head nigga posting his illegitimate son on social media. Let me tell you something. I've seen some things in my life. I've witnessed things in my life with just people all together. So, and especially men, black men. You black men are you black men are the weakest link in the black community. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You guys, I don't know. I don't know. It's been over 4 years since Mel and Martell have been divorced. Mel is obviously and has been obviously trying to move on and go on with her life. Y'all, excuse the background noise. I know somebody's going to say something. I am outside. I can't control what goes on outside. And yes, I like to be outside. But anyway, back to what I was saying. The weakest link in the black community. And I can speak on the black community because that is my community. Right? I'm so glad Mel has protection. I'm so glad she took the initiative and went out here and got bodyguards or whatever, because what Martell was exposing and saying, alleging in his lawsuit that he has brought up against Mel yet again, I have to question, how you know this? Because Mel don't want nothing to do with him. She doesn't want to be in his presence. She's no longer filming with him. She don't want nothing to do with him. History repeats itself, right? I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Story time. I remember this couple right here in my hometown. I remember this couple. I would always see them together, and I actually knew the male of this couple way before I met the wife. The male introduced me to his wife. I was so happy for them, whatever, right? Used to see them together all the time. And then I started taking notice that whenever I did see them together, the wife was always quiet. And I think initially I took it as, a woman looking at another woman that she don't know and that her man knows, and maybe she's a little standoffish because of whatever dynamic she thought might have been between us. But there was nothing. We just knew each other. We had some of the same friends, right? I remember the last time I saw them two together, it was at the county fair. And they had just had a baby. The baby, I don't think the baby was even a year old at this time. So when I saw them, I was so happy to see them and to see that they had their baby, because I would see them together when she was pregnant and all this now. You guys, not long after seeing them at the county fair, I get word that this guy shot her, killed her, and then shot himself in the head. Now, he didn't die immediately. He lived a day or so, not much longer, but he had a couple of more 24 hours than what he allowed his wife to have. On the outside, you thinking, oh, they're always together. That's a good thing. They're close, like they have a good relationship. Keep in mind, I said, this lady, she never really had much to say. And that just says that you never know what goes on behind closed doors in anybody's relationship. Right? This man killed her, then unalived himself, left their baby here. I think that's some selfish shit. It's one thing if you want to end it all. If you want to do, and look, I pray no one wants to do that. But then you take someone else's life and you leave a child behind where either family or the courts are going to get involved. So for Mel and Martell, and this man ain't letting up. Over 4 years later, he's not letting up. He won't just go live his life, and for some reason, he will not allow Mel to live hers. And Dr. Chanita Foster, you are here advocating for prayer and for fathers and stuff like that. And I know you said that you don't watch the show because I've seen your lives. You don't watch the show. You don't know none of these people. Is what you say. I don't know none of these people. It makes me wonder, do you even know Mel? How much of what Mel has been going through with her ex-husband do you know? Because for you to sit up here and show any concern, speak for Martell Hope, that makes me question you. And that makes me ask, are you really that out of touch with your homegirl Melody and with the relationship between a husband and a wife, or just a relationship period? Just because you feeling all love and happy and bubbly on the inside and you aren't out here hurting other people, you got to understand there's people out here who feel the complete opposite way that you do. And then it being a man, and Martell has proven himself to be the lowlife that he is. Mel said out her own mouth she cannot stand him. She never thought she would have children from someone that she can no longer stand. She wished she had her children from a man and not a queen. And you live in Atlanta. But there's a lot of BANs going on up and through there, whether they are straight or gay. And that's no jab at the LGBTQ community, but it's definitely a jab for these men out here who think that they can handle women any kind of way. So no, I do not agree with you in what you said about praying for Martell Hope. I will not. I grew up like that. Because I grew up in a Baptist church, and we were taught and preached to about praying for your enemy. Oh yes, honey, pray for your enemy, honey. You pray for the one who's doing you bad. So that's telling me, the way I look at it now, if someone has a pew up to my head, I should pray for him. Or maybe I should pray that a train would come and knock him down. We're in 2024. And if people don't realize that there are some good people. There are definitely good people in the world. But we got to understand that there are some not so good people in the world. Martell Hope is definitely not a good person. He uses everything that he thinks he knows, makes up stuff, goes out his way to bring his ex-wife down, the mother of his kids. You think he's praying for her? No. He's praying for her downfall, her demise, but he ain't praying that she elevates and do what she's doing now. To be completely honest with you, I don't know how much longer this show is going to last and how much more exposure we're going to get from Melody. But when she does leave, I hope she moves. I hope she gets full, total custody of her children. I hope the court system in Alabama, I hope they get some judges and jurors and lawyers with common sense and not just listening to somebody sitting up here talking about how much they love their kids and they're a great father. This man hasn't even gotten the therapy that he was ordered to get. I wonder how they're going to look at that. I wonder if the courts are going to take that into consideration. Because I know we the people, looking at the fact that this man has done nothing that he's been ordered to do. I don't know if it's just because these are black people, while the courts are for some reason siding with Martell, in my opinion. But something needs to be done. Because Martell is not only unhinged, but he's been unhinged because he can no longer control his ex-wife. And he has no say-so of what his children do in by way of controlling his ex-wife. He don't even want his kids to see their grandmother. He wants that limited. He wants Miss Van's contact information. There is video, there is a whole episode of how he disrespected not only his wife, but his ex-mother-in-law. We've seen him all up in Miss Wanda's face. Yeah, he's quick to jump up in a woman's face. Any man who got all this smoke and all this heat and all this vitriol for a woman, that's a bitch ass nigga to me. That's a bitch ass man. Chanita, what if he jumps up in your face like that? Are you still going to want to pray? I'm going to pray for you. Like, come on, girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Y'all, that's my take on Dr. Chanita Foster's, I don't know what kind of people you are if you don't pray for your enemies speech that she did on her live. I ain't got nothing else to say other than I think it was whack. I think it was in poor taste, and I truly am kind of second guessing or wondering if you're truly a friend of Melody, because I wouldn't want my homegirl to go through that. I wouldn't want nobody I love no female I know to go through that. Everything that Mel has been through and what I witnessed and what we've seen or whatever. No, you know what type of friend I am? I'm the type of friend like, girl, let's go beat his ass. Girl, let's go call the police on him. Girl, let's get this nigga together. And let him know this shit is not okay and he cannot do this. But that's just me. Y'all leave me y'all thoughts. Tell it, I'm out.